It marks the halfway point in the season that we've finally come to Richmond Raceway for only the 4th time in the iRacing era. This is our 7th season? 8th season, I believe, in iRacing. And only the 4th time that we've run at Richmond. 2 of the last 3 times that we've run at Richmond, this guy right here in the 41, Noah Belleville, ended up winning the race. We'll see if he can do the same again. The green flag flies at iRacing's Richmond. Let's go racing. Clean and green through lap number 1. Aaron Edwards, the championship challenger. Coming into today's 7th round, currently leads Jacob Bradley by 1/3 of a second. The number 50, aptly named Jacob Bradley Racing School car, sits behind the 15 of Aaron Edwards. And if you notice a group of pink cars out there on the racetrack, that is the Delta Sport team. And with October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, they bring out some pink paint schemes. As does Chuck Sweeting. He brings out a pink paint scheme as well in car number 5-7 with a little bit of flair. Normally you see Chuck in just a flat one-color car. This week he's going to bring them all out. And Chuck goes wide out of turn number 2. He's going to save it. He doesn't hit the wall. Glove save, Chuck Sweeting. How about that? He keeps it together. No harm, no foul. All right, how about that for a save? Aaron Edwards still leads this race. Car 15 out front. Jacob Bradley in 2nd and Matt Seeger out in 3rd. Shout out Tanner Lockhart, who asked earlier, I wonder if any of the cars are going to make it all 111 laps on 1 tank of fuel. So the expected fuel run is 90 to 100 laps. We'll see what happens. Shout out Drip Diecast and Collectibles, bringing us the track facts, the points, and pretty much everything you're going to see tonight. We'll talk more about Drip Diecast in a moment. For now, at the front, things have mostly calmed down. At the back, Tommy Withers, Chuck Sweeting, and Colin McDonough want to have a discussion about the 11th position. Let's go on board with Withers in the 6. Withers falling off the pace. Meanwhile, Aaron Edwards has company. Jacob Bradley has decided to make a challenge for the top spot, or perhaps Jacob Bradley just wants to squeeze a little bit of pressure under the 15, who's not had the most steady internet connection tonight. Jacob Bradley with a stable internet connection, no blinks there. He is on the cusp of overtaking car 15. Let's go on board with the points leader, Bradley. Bradley on the inside of Aaron Edwards. This the exchange for the lead. Are they going to make contact off turn number 4? No harm, nothing doing. Aaron Edwards will lead that lap by 5/100ths of a second as they cross the line. 12 laps underway, caution free. The race for the lead, and Aaron Edwards will make it stick. Jacob Bradley Might just try it around the high side. These are the points coming into this race. Ethan Winters sitting second in the standings, 229 to Jacob Bradley's 252. Aaron Edwards, who has a win this season, he's behind Bradley. How much is that? What's 228? I have no idea. Somebody do the math. But there's, you guys know I can't math. If you've ever seen a Thursday Night Thunder race before, numbers, not my strong suit. Tanner in the chat likes the side-by-side action. And again, single file at the front. Maybe Jacob Bradley's not trying to stress the tire wear because he knows he's going to have to go a long distance to stay competitive. Noah Belleville is one driver who's looking to improve. He says, this season I'm going for wins. Shout out Grandma Jeannie, who's a big fan of the 41. The DeSoto, Missouri pilot has the W on his mind. Currently fourth. Let's go on board. Emily Seeger in the house with the NFL scores. Eagles 10, New York 13. We're only in the first quarter. Shout out Emily, because Thursday nights from, what is it, Emily? Thursday nights from September to essentially January almost, isn't it? There's always a football score to be talked about while we enjoy our racing as well. Maybe that's just the fact that we can't pay attention. I have no idea. Anyway, two guys paying attention for their fight right here. Jacob Renneker in the 97 Sharpie car to the inside of Colin McDonough. Dodgers and Phillies tied at 1 in the bottom of the 9th. All right, well, you know what? There we go. Let me see if I can pull up the Dodgers score while we're at it, because I'm interested in that one too. So here we go. Now I'm getting distracted from the racing because there's playoff baseball being played. Richie Catania in the Rainbow 24 to the outside of the Rainbow. 5-7 of Chuck Sweeting. Chuck right up underneath the shadow of Richie's rear spoiler. Richie holds on in the 24 car. But Chuck Sweeting mounts another charge on the outside, and he's got the inside line. This time, no slide from Chuck Sweeting. And the Hawthorne Floridian moves into 9th. Matt Seeger in the 16. He's got a fan in Emily, a fan in Miss Moneypenny, who's a big Aiden Norman fan as well. He sits in 3rd, and so far the top 4 have been stagnant, if you will. But you can see they're really just a cut above when we compare the top 4 with 5th place, starting with Nick Pressey in the 9-4. Nick's 2 3/4 seconds off of Noah Belleville in 4th. That's what this looks like from inside car 94. From Fort Valley, Georgia, Matt Seeger running in 3rd. He's got Noah Belleville starting to close that gap. 41 car trying to open up some space on the inside. Inside 1/4 second now. Once again, shout out to the folks at Drip Diecast and Collectibles. If you don't know, they're your #1 online store for any sort of NASCAR memorabilia, be it die casts and beyond. Check them out on eBay. Use code TNT Season 11 for 10% off the store. Drip Diecast and Collectibles. Check them out on eBay. They're your #1 store for anything NASCAR. Check them out on eBay. Use code TNT Season 11 for 10% off the whole store. Aaron Edwards leading by 1/2 second over Jacob Bradley. The Rockingham winner wants to mount his charge. We have not yet completed halfway in the season. This is round 7 of 14. This is halfway. This is the chance for Aaron to say, I'm going to make this run. Jacob Bradley is human after all. He is beatable. 6 races run so far. Bradley's won 3 of them. Aaron Edwards, Josh Gaiman, Ryan Pennell, winners of the other 3 races. And so far into this one, Aaron Edwards leading, Jacob Bradley now running the high side. Maybe a poor entrance into 1. Maybe he wants a faster exit out of 2. Meanwhile, Matt Seeger makes contact with the wall, and Noah Belleville in the 41 might just see an opening. Josh Gaiman headed into the pits. 2-time Thursday Night Thunder champion Tom Sears now looking to go to the left-hand side of Nick Pressey. Tom's running in 8th. Chuck Sweeting starting to come up behind that 18. Track's getting cooler. The track will get faster, but so far I think drivers just... maybe they don't want to upset the balance of the car, but they're really struggling to pass, it looks like, or at least just get any grip on the racetrack. Aaron Edwards is going to catch up to Colin McDonough, who will go all the way high. Jacob Bradley still minding his business in that 2nd position. And you're really starting to see a lot of attrition here, just a lot of gap between these race cars. Again, the top 4 now 4.7 seconds ahead of the rest. That's Noah Belleville in the 41 in 4th. Let's go on board with Noah here. Watch for a big pink dot coming out of turn number 4. There, that's Ethan Winters. That's the gap to 5th. Belleville in the 41. Ethan Winters in the 10. And Briley Wright quickly approaching. He's driving that number 3. Greensboro, Kentucky native, currently running in the 6th position. Up 4 places from where he started, and if you take a look on the left-hand side, Briley's one of the hardest chargers in this race so far. Richie Catania being the other one. How about Tommy Withers to the left-hand side of Catania? This is 10th place on the line. Tommy trying to give plenty of space to Richie into turn number 3. And he's going to scoot into the 10th position. Chuck Sweeting down 3 places from where he started from that slide, but he's clawing his way back through the field. He's fought his way up to 8th. Nick Pressey is next in his line of sight. Briley Wright within half a second to Ethan Winters, and at the front, Aaron Edwards remaining in charge. Tanner, you still got to look on that Dodgers game. Let me know what the score is. Briley sitting in that 6th position. Chuck Sweeting now about to approach Nick Pressey. Extra innings in Los Angeles. Top of the 10th, and they're tied at 1. Thanks for the update there. Family's there. She can give us an update on the football score, and then I'll go ahead and update you on what's going on with TNT. Everybody wins. Chuck Sweeting's about to win the 7th place away from Nick Pressey. Pressey scrapes the wall. He gives Sweeting a little bit of an edge into turn number 1. And Hawthorne, Florida's Chuck Sweeting will move into 7th, but can he make it stick against Nick Pressey? with ease. Chuck is up to the 7th spot. Meanwhile, Matt Seeger in the 1-6 has Noah Belleville within a third of a second behind him. Shout out James Kerr the third in that awesome Rick Mast paint scheme, by the way. Made his TNT comeback last week at Charlotte, running these colors. And we're just happy to see Jimmy back on the racetrack. Third place could be hotly contested. Let's go on board with Matt Seeger. Seeger holding on to that third position for now. He's in a good rhythm. Noah Belleville not letting up. Tom Sears, on the other hand, wants a piece of Nick Pressey. Nick Pressey coming off last night's win in the ABN Champ Car Series. Not a winner of the race, but a winner of the championship after 20 weeks of racing starting in February. Nick Pressey ends up with that Season 7 title, and he's carrying a little bit of that good luck into the top 8 so far. Tom Sears inside a couple of tenths. Matt Seeger has the same gap back to Noah Belleville, who looks like he grabbed some wall into turn number 3. Car 41's giving up a couple of tenths of advantage, and he'll need to claw that back 45 laps into this one. Third place rages on. Noah Belleville, Matt Seeger a tenth of a second apart, and the same distance with Nick Pressey and Tom Sears. For the most part, the lead does go to Aaron Edwards in a big way. 1 1/3 seconds ahead of Jacob Bradley, the points leader, with a 23-point gap into this one. He's second right now. And still, all pressure on Aaron Edwards. Nothing, virtually nothing to lose for Jacob Bradley. He's got 3 wins. We're essentially halfway into the season. This is exactly where Jacob Bradley needs to be, but if Aaron Edwards wants to mount the championship charge, it must begin here. He does not have that luxury of just letting Jacob Bradley just run away with this at every turn. Noah Belleville, on the other hand, he's here for wins. He wants that W. He has to contend with the best in the series. Georgia's Matt Seeger is in his way, but Belleville just can't make it stick. We're not in total darkness. You can see that orange horizon there. The track will get cooler, will get more rubber. We're quickly approaching halfway, but there's just a lack of speed off the exit of the corner. Belleville's trying everything, and he needs to make the tires last for at least another 40 laps. He's to the inside of Matt Seeger. Can he make this one work for him? Oh, he just can't make it stick on the inside, or is he coming into the pits? He is coming into the pits on lap 52. He can go all the way to the end on fuel, but Belleville is in, and he's trying just something different here. He was talking to me earlier before the race, before practice, and he said, I'm just going to throw caution to the wind. No pun intended, where if he feels he can't get it on speed, he's going to go with some crazy strategy, and he's going to see if he can make that work for him. So Belleville's just going left field, and Jacob Bradley's going to follow suit, by the way. The Indiana native, 2 seconds off the pace, and, well, Bradley's going to come on down, so this really switches things up. That's going to give Aaron Edwards, the Virginia native, the hometown flavor, a lead of almost 4 seconds back to Matt Seeger. Meanwhile, Nick Pressey trying to defend 6th. From Massachusetts, Tom Sears. Sears trying everything to just have enough speed on the inside line. Jacob Renneker now to the inside of Richie Catania. Renneker trying to make that one stick. And he does. That's 9th for the rookie. Scores tied in LA going into the bottom of the 10th. Dodgers and Phillies tied at 1. I think that's correct. I have not been paying attention, but Tanner's been keeping us up to date on that score. And I think Shohei's up to bat. Anyway, there's a race going on, isn't there? Briley Wright is ahead of Chuck Sweeting by 1/3 of a second. This is 4th and 5th. Looking to swap hands. Meanwhile, Noah Belleville, who's back out on the racetrack after pitting on lap 51. He's getting around Colin McDonough. Tommy Withers decides he's also going to come in, so maybe the tires are just starting to fall off after 50 some odd laps, and drivers say, fine, we'll just go ahead and come in anyway. So Withers will come in the number 6. Briley Wright still out on the racetrack in the number 3. At the front, it's the 1-5, Aaron Edwards. He's now coming into the pits. So, wow, the Drip Diecast and Collectibles track facts way off. We estimated 90 to 100 laps on fuel, by the way. On fuel, these drivers are coming in mid-50s, right past the halfway mark, probably trying to maximize the speed in the tires. Briley Wright is in. Chuck Sweeting right behind him. Tom Sears in the 18 machine. Matt Seeger from Fort Valley, Georgia, new leader at Richmond. One out in the bottom of the 10th. Phillies and Dodgers in Game 4 of the NLDS. Matt Seeger still leads. And Matt's sister Emily in the chat says, Eagles touchdown. Appreciate that, Emily. Thank you so much. And Seeger's in. Matt Seeger is in, so he'll finally come down. And there's a huge crash behind him. Tom Sears, Jacob Bradley, wreck in turn number 4. Caution is going to come out at Richmond. Matt Seeger is in the pits already. Ethan Winters also came into the pits. You saw as Matt Seeger was coming in, Tom Sears lost control of the race car. You can hear the race car scraping along. And the Southampton, Massachusetts native in big trouble. Let's go back to Matt Seeger entering the pits because we saw Tom Sears getting into a wreck right when this happened. There's Tom Sears right there. Oh, Tommy Withers gets into him, and Jacob Bradley collected. He's going to have to use a fast repair. Have another look. Let's go on board with Jacob Bradley. Nice and clean. Not a scratch on it. Fast repairs are fantastic. So Tom Sears gets his fast repair. Jacob Bradley does the same, as does Tommy Withers. So the first caution of this race comes out on lap number 60. Matt Seeger, still the race leader. He came down on lap 61, and he will have control of this field when we go green again. Ethan Winters sits right behind him. And in the ongoing drama between the Dodgers and the Phillies, forgive that, I'm so sorry about that. That is definitely not anything else playing in the background. Definitely not that Dodgers game. And not that stupid Walton Goggins Walmart commercial. Actually, you know what? I won't say stupid. Walton Goggins is actually a really fine actor. If you haven't seen White Lotus, check that out. It's really good. Anyway, are we going racing again? Let's go racing. How about that? Matt Seeger's going to have control of the field with Ethan Winters behind him. It's a Delta Sport front row. We're on the back nine. In round 7 of 14, Matt Seeger, Ethan Winters, green flag. And a spin there. Is anybody going to collect Ethan Winters out of 2? It's Bradley again. It's Bradley again. Caution comes out for the second straight time. Ethan Winters with a huge spin in turn number 1. What's the saying? Cautions breed cautions. Lap 66. Let's see what happened to Ethan. Right after Bradley uses a fast repair. These are the moments outside of Bradley's control where that championship lead, it could be washed to nothing. Tanner said it right there in the chat. This could be the break. I'm gonna say the cliche phrase. Are you ready? Championship implications. These are the points coming into the race right here, into round number 7. Jacob Bradley leading Ethan Winters by, if my math checks out, which it probably won't, 23 points. Aaron Edwards, who's one of the fastest cars in this race, 26 points behind Jacob Bradley, who just got involved in this crash after using his fast repair. One more look at Ethan Winters. So caution number 2 comes out after Mooresville's Jacob Bradley gets caught up in an Ethan Winters spin. The irony being that Jacob Bradley got some of the worst of that. He's in. He's going to get this race car repaired, and it's about damage control for him, trying to win his second consecutive Thursday Night Thunder championship. That hasn't been done since season 7, when Aiden Norman, well, technically it was his 3rd straight. And in what will be the 11-season history of Thursday Night Thunder, we have, what, 3 multiple champions? Tom Sears has 2. Noah Belleville has 1. Aiden Norman has 3. Who else has multiple championships in TNT? Is it only Tom Sears and Aiden Norman that have multiple championships? I feel like I'm missing somebody. Season 1, Tom Sears. Season 2, I believe it was June White. Might be wrong. Season 3, Tom Sears. Season 4, Thomas Andrews. 5, 6, and 7 was Aiden Norman. 8, Jacob Prince. 9, Noah Belleville. 10, Jacob Bradley. We only have 2 multiple champions in TNT. Here's the guy that's trying to be the 3rd multiple-time champion in TNT, while Matt Seeger takes the green flag with a hard-charging Noah Belleville with 40 laps to go this time by. Richie Catania on cold tires, struggling to keep the car moving in a straight line. Ethan Winters in the 10 has Aaron Edwards behind him, who's scraping along the wall, trying to get through. Everybody just trying to survive. Rookie Jacob Renneker is in the 4th position. Not a surprise. We've seen him in these positions before. Matt Seeger went purple. 21:74. The Fort Valley native has run the fastest lap this race. Noah Belleville behind him. 21:86 his best. 21:87 last time around. Belleville that time slower by approximately 0.2 of a second. Drip Diecast in the house talking about that 24 is a beaut. There's Chuck Sweeting behind Jacob Renneker in the 97. There's the car that we're talking about, that DuPont Chevrolet. You could probably find that on Drip Diecast and Collectibles as well. Nick Pressey goes green, 21:91. Drivers getting quicker. The track is cooling down. Everybody's getting their groove back after 2 consecutive cautions. Colin McDonough to the inside of the Viagra Ford, and the DeWalt Ford will now go on the outside of Colin McDonough. That's not for position, but Josh Gaiman here in number 61, your Silverstone winner. Chuck Sweeting in the 5-7 has Jacob Renneker behind him, and Ethan Winters, who spun and was a part of our most recent caution that injured Jacob Bradley, who's racing with no front end, by the way. If you just tuned in, Jacob Bradley comes into this race with a 23-point lead, 3 wins in 6 races so far, and on course to win a 2nd championship. This happens on lap number 60. On lap 66, Ethan Winters did this. Jacob Bradley currently runs in the 12th position, running damage control, just trying to stay a lap down, hoping for a caution, because Jacob Bradley is currently fighting Tom Sears. Now, while they are 5.5 seconds apart, there's 30 more laps to go in this race. If a caution comes out, it's extremely possible that Tom Sears gets the lucky dog, and then Jacob Bradley is up next. So he is in no way done in this race, but certainly in the next caution, he's got to repair that race car just so he can at least stay competitive on speed. Brooklyn's Nick Pressey has Chuck Sweeting behind him. This is 4th and 5th. Tom Sears and Richie Catania will go side by side. That's the 18 and the 24, with a little bit of the 3 mixed in. How's this for a nostalgic look? And the 6 of Jacob Bradley, and the 61 of Josh Gaiman. I think at the beginning we said Gen 4 cars, Gen 4 rules, and when I say the beginning, I mean the origins of Thursday Night Thunder. We wanted a league that was something unlike this, the stages that we have now and the playoff system that we have now. We wanted to run Generation 4 stock cars, and when iRacing came about, we finally could run Generation 4 stock cars. We weren't limited to running NASCAR Heat 4 and NASCAR Heat 5, and 11 seasons later, here we are. You're on board with Aaron Edwards, and there's Noah Belleville challenging for the 2nd position. Meanwhile, Fort Valley, Georgia's Matt Seeger leads this race by 1.85 seconds. It's a quarter to go. He's going to tick down to 24 laps remaining. Chuck Sweeting and Nick Pressey, nose to tail now. Tanner said earlier in the chat, it's a short track. Front ends are overrated. That Phillies Dodger game, by the way, has gone to the top of the 11th. Still 1-1. Phillies at bat with 2 outs. 22 laps to go. Nick Pressey on the outside of Chuck Sweeting. Can he hold on for 4th? Chuck has the advantage into turn number 3. Nick's going to try and make it happen the hard way around the outside. There's Sweeting on the inside. Nick wiggles out of turn number 4. Chuck's got the inside line, but will he have the speed into turn number 1? Nick carries all the advantage. That's got to give somewhere, and it's going to give on the exit of turn number 2, but man, Nick Pressey just with the speed, and we've seen that all night, is coming off of turn number 4, coming off of turn number 2, just carrying the speed off the top side of the racetrack pays greater dividends than I thought. And Chuck Sweeting finally makes the 5-7 stick and gets to position from Nick Pressey. Richie Catania, he's on the outside of Tommy Withers. That's 8th and 9th that just swapped places. 1-9 at the line. Matt Seeger has lost 7/10 of that advantage. Aaron Edwards is there over the last 5 laps. Aaron Edwards has been chipping away at Matt Seeger. 19 laps to go. The Delta Sport cars will fight for the win in round number 7, while the points leader, Jacob Bradley, is driving an injured race car from the 12th position, limiting what will surely be stripped of his 23-point lead. After 3 wins in 6 races, it is game on for Delta Sport. It's now game on for Matt Seeger and Aaron Edwards. 1 second between them, 17 laps to go. Let's go on board with Edwards in the 15. The Virginia native at his home track, Aaron Edwards, going for his 2nd win this season. And again, these are the Drip Diecast and Collectibles points. He's 5th right now, 26 markers off of the points leader, who's in 12th. Ethan Winters is second in points, 23 points away. He's trying to pass Nick Pressey for the 5th position. And Matt Seeger is 0.8 ahead, third in points. It is so close. $229 points for Ethan Winters, 228 for Seeger, and 226 for Edwards. So 3 points between second and fourth. The Delta Sport drivers are going to really creep in on that lead, but the question is which of them are going to win. There's Aaron Edwards. He's caught up to Matt Seeger, 0.6 of a second, and a Matt Seeger win has been coming for a very, very long time. And I want Matt Seeger to get this victory, but I really hope Aaron Edwards does not make it easy. Make him work for it. It's 11 to go next time by. 0.6 is the gap. Edwards is on a rail, and he has been chipping away at that lead, but he sort of stalled. If you take a look, he was taking 0.1 of a second out of the Seeger lead. Now that he's got behind the 16, maybe he just can't make that pass. Still closing in. 0.6 is the gap. Aaron Edwards has stalled at around 6 seconds. 9. Next time by. Bottom of the 11th, by the way. Still 1-1. Freeman at bat for the Dodgers. 9 laps to go. Aaron Edwards runs extremely wide. Matt Seeger, 0.7 of a second now, and he's expanding that gap. Eight to go. Colin McDonough running in 10th. Nick Pressey now trying to hold off Jacob Renneker. Ethan Winters is in 5th. Chuck Sweeting in 4th. Belleville in 3rd. And it's sort of an Aaron Edwards sandwich. Belleville 0.6 off of Aaron Edwards. Matt Seeger only 0.4 ahead now. 7 laps to go. Jacob Renneker closing in. 1/4 of a second up to Nick Pressey. The rookie wants a bite out of the ABN Champ Car World Series title winner. It's 1/3 of a second. 6 laps to go. Aaron Edwards now coming up behind Matt Seeger. Let's go on board with the 16. Edwards has found the speed exiting off the top line, but he's got to make it stick. 5 to go. Side by side out of 2 for the lead. Aaron Edwards, does he have the speed? On the inside, here goes Edwards now. Now Seeger to the top side. 4 laps to go. 6/100ths of a second that time. Edwards to the inside. He has the exit speed off the top side. Does he have it off the inside line? Aaron Edwards trying to get the hometown win. The Henrico native clears the 16. Aaron Edwards, new leader at Richmond. Matt Seeger in 2nd. Noah Belleville now in 3rd. 2 to go next time. Belleville to the outside of the 16. He's here for the win. He's going to give it everything. Did Seeger push it too hard? We'll find out soon enough. 2 to go this time by. Aaron Edwards, 26 points off the championship lead. Noah Belleville now the sandwich between the Delta Sport drivers. 15, 41, 16. White flag next time by. Jacob Renneker has found room to the inside of Nick Pressey. Edwards. White flag, and the season 8 champion behind him. No, season 10, excuse me. Noah Belleville, the season 10 champion, now coming up behind Aaron Edwards. One more shot at the win. Belleville will go for broke, but will he make this one stick? He sends it in deep to Aaron Edwards, and off of turn number 4 with his second win of the season, Aaron Edwards wins round 7 at Richmond. Would you call that the finish of the season? So far, what a way to cap off the first half of season 11. The new car, the new formula, and new winners taking over the league. Aaron Edwards' second victory this season. You can tell he wanted this one. He wanted that hometown win. Aaron Edwards will burn the house down at his home iRacing track. Car number 15, the Unified Potential Ford, gets that victory. We're going to talk to Aaron Edwards, Noah Belleville, Matt Seeger at the end of this one. What a battle for the win. And we're also going to have your championship points. Don't go anywhere. On the podium with our top 3 after one of the finishes you're going to see with this car. What a thrilling ride with Aaron Edwards, Noah Belleville, and Matt Seeger burning it down all the way to the end. Let's talk with our bronze medalist, our third place finisher, the Fort Valley, Georgia native, Matt Seeger. What a drive, man. What a fantastic drive. And I think Tanner had put it in the chat. If this was the Richmond 105, you would have won.
Yeah, I really thought that we were going to be good. We were gifted a good opportunity there with the yellow and just put us in a really good spot. I don't consider myself very good at Richmond at all. So to be put in that position was pretty shocking. And I thought we made the most of it. I pushed pretty hard at the front side of the run so that I could get a gap, and just didn't do a good job at the end. I have no complaints with the car. The car was fine. I just I didn't do a good enough job at the end. So I hate that, but all you can ask for is an opportunity, a shot at a win, and I feel like we don't have those very often. So to put ourselves in that spot, maybe we'll know what to do for next time. So everybody on the Unified Potential, Delta Sim Sport Sim Shop, Sudspeed Monte Carlo was great tonight. Just the driver just wasn't at the end.
Chin up. You have absolutely nothing to be down about. It's a fantastic drive for, again, what you said. You didn't expect to be in that position, and here you are. I'll put it to you this way. Heading into next week's race at Pocono, you are within 14 points of the defending champion, Jacob Bradley. Congratulations on third, and you live to fight another race next week at the Tricky Triangle. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Rick.
Noah Belleville, our silver medalist in car 41. Tell me about those last 5 laps, man. Molly, that was impressive stuff.
Yeah, I think for once I did the best of anyone at saving tires, which is pretty crazy for how the season's gone. But I started off on just right side tires into that pit stop, so my lefts were pretty old. I know Aaron, I think, did the same, but I had a little older left, so I knew I was at a tire deficit. So I just kind of focused on saving tires there, and when Aaron caught me, I kind of just let him go, kind of hoping he'd get up there and start racing Seeger, and maybe I'd have a shot. And that's pretty much what happened. And man, almost got it.
You said you're here for wins, and you gave it absolutely everything, man. And that you weren't kidding. I think we were talking well before the race, and you said this is the one where you really need a good performance, and it was a great performance, an entertaining one, if nothing at all, man. We're going to see you next week at Pocono. Congratulations on the silver medal.
Yep, thank you.
Car 15 with his second win of the season, Aaron Edwards, the hometown driver this week. You got that second win of the season, Aaron. Congratulations. Did you think it would come this way at Richmond?
I didn't think I'd have to work that hard for it, to be honest, man. Wow, what a drive there at the end with Belleville and Seeger. Heads up, a lot of respect there. I appreciate it. You know, I would expect nothing less from these guys. They're all class X. What a race. What a race.
So now the championship is well on. What was a 26-point gap heading into this race has now shrunk. Unofficially, Aaron, you're second in points, 9 markers off of Jacob Bradley headed into Pocono.
Yeah, no, the gloves are off now. I just wish I hadn't given up so many points in the last couple races. We'd have been right up on him. He did not have a good race tonight. But man, I just got to thank all of our partners, you know, Unified Potential, Sim Shop, Sudspeed, Race Factory being on the car. It was lightning fast, as you could see, all day long. And yeah, as you'll see, you know, we got our team, we have a special paint on tonight, you know, with the breast cancer awareness. It's a good cause. And we're thinking of Cindy, good friend of mine. But nonetheless, great race tonight. Championship, fight for the championship is on.
Congratulations on that win. We're going to see you next week at Pocono going for your 3rd win of the season to match the defending champions total so far. We'll see you in a week.
Yeah, thanks. All 3 of my wins have been on short tracks. Let's see if we can get it done on a big track.
We'll see you in a week's time. Aaron Edwards comes away with the W, and that does it for the first half of the season. That's it. What what a show, man. Next week at the Tricky Triangle, Pocono is going to be where we set up next week, next Thursday, right here on Rick James TV. Shout out to the folks at Drip Diecast and Collectibles. They keep us going, and we literally cannot do this without Drip Diecast and Collectibles. Thank you so much. If you haven't known by now, where have you been, man? But they are your #1 store for all sorts of NASCAR memorabilia, especially diecast. It's in the name. Check them out on Drip Diecast and Collectibles. Use code TNT Season 11 for 10% off the store. Go ahead and get yourself a gift with the holidays right around the corner. Drip Diecast and Collectibles on eBay. TNT Season 11 is the code to use. And until next week's, what is sure to be a thriller at Pocono, thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody stay safe, take care of each other. We'll see you all around the corner.